What is up, y'all? It is Comfy and Nosleep r/. I think we may need a scenery change. One moment, please. Much better. My name is Comfy and Nosleep r/nosleep. Try not to lose your pants in this one, folks. It's a real banger. Please leave a like. I need the likes. Alright, let's get right into it. My abusive ex-boyfriend called me at midnight. My mom's old house could get lonely at night. She lived in a small cabin on the outskirts of Tallahassee, Florida. Essentially an above-ground bomb shelter. That's how confined it felt. And how isolated it felt considering we had no neighbors, but I loved the place. It was a scenic beauty all around us. Plus, I didn't mind the privacy. I had pretty deer for neighbors and fresh air for pollution. At night, I could either sleep or write poetry in the idyllic peace. And when I do go stir crazy, Tallahassee was only a few miles up the dirt road. Like a personal museum, I had memories here. Memories with my mama and when she passed away last year and left the house to me. And I knew I had to continue her legacy of kindness. It was my turn now. And I was going to be a loving mother to my 10-year-old daughter, Miranda. Just like the mama was to me. I knew Miranda liked it out here. The solitude only helped our solidarity, and she was a bit of a tomboy like me. She liked long walks and playing basketball in our driveway. Yes, after several rough years, Taryn Adams was finally happy. I was comfortable, no longer doing the drugs and ice. I was finally clean. I wasn't in the rehab or the doctors that cured me. It was Mama. Especially once Miranda and I moved back here a few years ago. It was the medicine I needed all along. I felt better and looked better. Somehow I felt I'd become hotter at 32 than I wasn't even in my 20s. Now I had a figure in addition to the pretty face. My blonde hair finally well kept rather than a constant disarray. My natural makeup accomplished. Not through the money or the new wardrobe, just by getting my stuff together. Like a soothing retreat, the cabin brought me back in the real joys of life. Those daily walks through the woods, being a great mother to Miranda, and after doing all my telemarketing calls from home, I could use this peaceful setting for writing poetry. My poems, a passion I had lost since I rediscovered, much like my life. Of course, I still drank once in a while. Wine would always be a weakness. But hey, it was less damaging than my other addictions, like the ice and Ryan Grace. Ryan and I's relationship was exciting and ultimately destructive. I'd known him since college. He was the wild, rebellious type. Crazy blue eyes, crazy long black hair. He was tall, sexy, funny, charismatic, and he just didn't care. You know, the type of guy most girls fall for when we're young and dumb. Ryan and I moved pretty fast. Too fast for Mama's liking. Of course, the FSU party scene didn't help. By the time senior year rolled around, Ryan and I's grades went to crap. And the constant pot soon graduated to coke. And when we dropped out and we went broke, well, you guys can start to guess what drug came next. Our downfall became apparent to everyone except us. Didn't even care when I got pregnant with Miranda, or when by miracle she was born without any crazy side effects. At first, Ryan was a great father. He really did help me to take care of Miranda. We never got married, but we were young. Our modest apartment was nice. I don't know. I suppose the drugs helped me more content than I should have been. I wasn't even upset when Ryan threw away every job he got. And when I became the sole provider by working brutal hours and secretary gig my mom helped me get. I wasn't even concerned when Ryan and I just got skinnier and skinnier. Heck, I didn't even care when Ryan lost his bubble butt. And soon we went from the lovesick college students to skeletons. After a while, we had nothing in common except for our love and Miranda and meth. Like a roller coaster hurtling down, Ryan and I hit rock bottom the night the Bonniest slapped me for the last time. Me begging him to get a job must have gotten him drug-fueled mind. I mean, he hit me more before, and that slap hurt. But I knew my subsequent punch must have hurt a lot worse. Punch I had been building up from years of suppressed rage. God knows the broken nose killed Ryan's pretty good looks for a few months. But that was the night I finally broke things off with Ryan. The final chapter to our tumultuous romance. Just a year after that, Ryan went to jail. The drug charges finally caught up to him. Regardless of what Mama wanted, I still talked to him from time to time. And when he got out, I let him see Miranda, sometimes. We'd even go to the park or movies together, like we were playing an all-American family for a day. Felt guilty about not giving it another real chance, but what could I do? I moved in with my mom. By then, I'd gotten clean, I'd gotten a better job, and me and my mom were finally on good terms again. Not to mention, this is the best for Miranda. But like a lingering disease, the guilt never went away. I knew Ryan had no one. His family cut him off after the first arrest and the second attempt at rehab, and he had no support system. But I just knew I couldn't. Ryan had abused me. He was still on the stuff, and regardless of how much I cared about Miranda, I still felt he loved the ice more. I mean, you could call him an addict or an a-hole, but my mom was right. He was both. Of course, after Mama passed, Ryan came crawling to me like a hungry buzzard. He smelt weakness, and his cold-blooded instincts were correct. Even with Miranda, I was still at a crossroads in my life, lonelier than usual, and Ryan knew it. The only problem was when he really was in trouble this time. I'm talking deep stuff. Ryan owed people money. Really bad people. I mean, yeah, most of them were small-time dealers who were family with. But Ryan's biggest debt was Rory Jordan, a tough drug dealer who got rotten teeth from all the ice and huge muscles from the time. Rory was just a few years older than us, buzz cut, average height, his body canvas of crude tattoos. I couldn't imagine what Ryan was going through then. With such heavy debt, I figured Rory was really harassing him and abusing him. After all, Rory chased those debts down like an unrelenting animal chasing prey. Ryan was scared for his life, and understandably so. With no income and an addiction to feed, he was helpless. So I helped him pay Rory back. At first the payments were small, but when I asked for a larger amount, I finally just paid it and told him we were done. Ignoring him wasn't easy. There was plenty of lonely nights where I deleted texts and rejected calls from a variety of unsaved numbers. But I couldn't support both a baby girl and a 13-year-old baby daddy. Rory was Ryan's battle now, and the cabin was just for Miranda and I. Friday night was no different for us. Our living room station was set with blankets on the couch and a plate of cookies on the coffee table. Not to mention a bottle of wine for me. Scattered throughout the room were framed photos of us and Mama. None of Ryan, of course. Mom's rural ornaments and figurines gave the cabin a cozy feel. Comfort from the claustrophobia, we even had a nice fireplace I'd probably use after Miranda went to bed. Atmosphere for the poetry. The kitchen was just a few steps away, as was our front door. Honestly, over half the house was this living room. Not that I was complaining, especially when you had such a pretty view from every window. Miranda and I had just watched a horror movie, and I was determined to watch another until Miranda dragged out a cardboard box out of her room. Let out a drunk moan. Oh my god, really, Miranda? Like a technician, she got to work hooking up the Nintendo Wii. Come on, Mama, please? In a matter of seconds, she had the system ready to go. I felt my phone buzz to life. One quick check and it was all I needed. Yet another weird, unsaved number was calling me. I silenced it. I wasn't going to let Ryan hijack this Friday with Miranda. In our final flourish, Miranda shoved the box next to our entertainment system. Come on, let's play, she told me. So we indulged in Wii Sports for a few hours, all the way to midnight. Well, past Miranda's bedtime, but hey, it was Friday. Ryan texted me a few times throughout the night, but I ignored him. I wasn't drunk or lonely enough to deal with his crap. Later, Miranda went back to her bedroom. She wanted to listen to Mr. Creep's YouTube channel, so I gave her my earbuds. Miranda gave me a soft hug. I love you, Mom. I kissed her forehead. I love you too, sweetie. Go listen to the stories. Alright? Like an eager toddler, she scampered off. If you get too scared, I know, Miranda yelled. I'll come get you. With a drunk smile, I watched her disappear down the hallway. Another sip of wine soothed me. I placed the glass back on the table. The bottle was almost empty at this point, but my buzz was going strong. Another vibration interrupted my Friday night. Groaning, I checked it. Ryan was calling. Again. Come on, I grumbled in one irritated hit. I ignored him. I let out a burp. My eyes drifted over toward the Wii remotes. I grabbed both of them and started walking towards the box. Then a discovery stunned me. There hiding in the box was a photo album I hadn't seen in years. Not since me and Ryan and Miranda were living at the same apartment. The allure and nostalgia pulled me in. Excited, I dropped the remotes and scooped up the album. My drunken trip down memory lane was about to get started. Soon, my 5-minute excursion turned into a 30-minute detour. I sat on the couch and journeyed through the photo album like an elderly mess. All the pictures of Ryan and ravaged of my emotions. A bittersweet battle raged within me. To wine, a stimulant, the memories of a drug I couldn't get enough of. One more glass let me finish the bottle. Shivering, I pulled the blanket in tighter. At least the alcohol was warming me on the inside. My gaze stares at the photos lying before me. The ones taken 7 years ago for Miranda's 3rd birthday party. Me, Ryan, and our daughter, all smiling wearing party hats. Pictures made us look like a family you'd see in advertisements. An all-American joy captured in all of our expressions. And it was all genuine. Tears swelling up, I traced my finger along our faces. Longing and regret lashed into me. I wanted to jump into the Snapchat right then and there, back to when we were all together on that one day. A loud buzz erupted. For once, I wasn't annoyed or aggravated. I couldn't help but feel the vague excitement, especially once I retrieved my phone and saw the unsaved numbers staring back at me. I just let go of my tears, just like I let go of the barrier between me and Ryan, and I answered his call. "Hey," I said, my voice much tougher than it was in college, voice hardened by the heartbreak over the years. More sobbing greeted me. I was sure Ryan could hear me doing the same. "Ryan," I said, "I'm sorry." He said in his own deep voice. It had gotten harsher since we last stopped, like a dying man. "I'm sorry about everything, Taryn." "No, it's all right." I forced a chuckle, all while my eyes stared on the birthday photos. "It's been a while. I'm sorry I haven't answered." "No, it's okay, Taryn." A reflective smile crossed my face. "Do you know what time it is?" Ryan laughed. "Midnight. Come on, it's early." Yeah, it was always early for us. Clumsy from the wine and the heightened emotions, I pushed the empty bottle away. "Are you doing okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "I mean, with the money and all?" "Of course," Ryan breathed a sigh of relief. His voice grew more confident. "I'm okay now, Taryn. I am." "No, that's great." "Please, Taryn, let me see her, please." Like a taser hit me, the raw emotion in his voice stunned. He had the voice of a father, a long, tormented one. "That's all I want," Ryan continued. "Taryn, please, I just want to see Miranda." Even on the phone, I could hear his tears, his sobs. Like me, he was a weeping mess. "I just want to tell her I love her," Ryan said. I wiped away my tears, but it did no good. Trickling reserves came in just as strong. "I love you. I know it's late, and I just want to see her. I can't help it. Taryn, it's all I've been thinking about it." Anguish ran through his voice. "It's eating me up. Just please, can I come over? I'll leave real quick. I just want to see Miranda." My gaze stayed on the photos, our collective grins on the better times. "Please, Taryn," Ryan continued. He choked up. "I just want to tell her I love her, that's all." Still crying, I nodded. "Okay, she's in the bedroom right now, but when you get here, I'll let her use here, okay?" "Thank you, Taryn." Some sigh of relief in itself. On Ryan's soul-bearing call. "Thank you." I never felt more anxious than I did in those 15 minutes, but to my surprise, there was no dread, just excitement. Cautious optimism? No, I wasn't expecting a Hallmark move miracle, just some sort of resolution to my family's long lingering pain. Doing my best to suppress the tears, I threw away the wine bottle. I put the Wii remote near the flat screen. Rather than a vibrating phone, a light knock at the door distracted me. A polite knock. "Taryn," I heard Ryan say. "Hold on," I yelled, like an actor about to take stage. I took a deep breath. I stole one last glance at the photo album, at us. And then I went to the door. Another soft knock echoed from the other side. With a smile, I flicked on the porch light, and I opened the door. And there was Ryan, standing there, in front of me, dressed in an ugly jacket and jeans. He looked even worse than the last time I'd seen him, even skinnier and grungier. His hair a disheveled mess, like engravings, permanent circles ran under his wide eyes. To my horror, I recognized the fear in those eyes. Lurching forward, Ryan's trembling hand toward me. "I'm sorry, Taryn," his voice nervous said. I stumbled back. Even more horror settled in. Right behind Ryan was Rory, a confident, smiling Rory. Still evil after all those years. He pressed a pistol into the back of Ryan's head. Rory's cold eyes stayed on me. Staggering away, I avoided Ryan's hand. No, Taryn, Ryan cried, like a desperate beggar. He followed after me, tears in those eyes. I had to bring him here, or else he'd kill me. And y'all should have both paid me. No, Ryan yelled. In a sudden pull, Ryan fired a bullet into the back of Ryan's head. Blood and brains bits decorated my living room. The cabin walls were coated with crimson. Both Rory and I got unspared by the spray of blood. Ryan's corpse hit the floor, his brain exposed from all the world to see. Smoke poured from the fatal wound. Appropriate enough? I thought, through the fear. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Ryan's gore had even tarnished the photo album. All of our photograph smiles were now covered in blood. Our happier memories were now gone with his death. Rory confronted me with his grin and smiled. All the blood shouting this. Your turn, he says. Panicking, I looked over toward the TV. Rory pointed the gun at me. Quicker than a survivalist, I grabbed the Wii remote, hurled it right at Rory's jugular, and I didn't miss. The controller smashed into Rory's voice box. One brutal hit. Coughing, Rory dropped the gun and stumbled against the TV. The pistol slid over towards the hallway. Rory yelled at me. I couldn't make out what it said. Acting quick, I took off for the gun. Rory grabbed my arm in a harsh grip, stopping me. More yelling suppressed, I couldn't hear. With the evil ferocity, he threw me to the floor. I banged against the coffee table. Ugh! Ouch, I cried. Gasping for breath, Rory grabbed his throat. His harsh glare fixated on me. Screw you, I screamed. Rory took a menacing step towards me. Mommy, I heard Miranda's innocent voice pierce through the confrontation. Startled, Rory and I turned towards the hallway. Dressed in her Scooby-Doo pajamas, Miranda's big eyes stared right at me. That story scared me. Adrenaline thought through my veins. I saw the gun dangling from Miranda's hand. Angry, Rory descended upon my daughter. Shoot him, I yelled at Miranda. Like the boogeyman, Rory charged towards her. His ferocious scream ran through the cabin. I could see the hesitation in Miranda's eyes. Determined, I leaned up against the coffee table. Shoot him, I cried. Straining from the hold of the gun, Miranda raised it. Rory swiped at her, but he was too late. Miranda's shot nailed him right in the face. The sheer force of the bullet sent Rory crashing into the wall, his face nothing more than an explosion of flesh, as if gooey red cobweb was sprawled out of it. Rory's corpse slid straight down. A long line of blood left on the wall marked his descent. Amidst in the tapestry of gore, Rory's eyes continued looking right at me. Blood flowed all among his tattoos, colorizing him in a vivid red. I looked over to see Miranda drop the gun. Frightened in tears, and Rory's scattered blood streamed down her face. Mama, she cried. Trying to comfort my daughter, I held my arms around her. Come here. Miranda gave me a tight hug. The embrace warmed us both in the February cold. As she wept on my shoulder, I rubbed her back. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. Like a traumatized soldier, I evaluated the battlefield of my living room. Ryan's body lay a few feet away from us. A thick pool of blood overflowed beneath him. I couldn't figure out but cry. Even if Ryan had traded our lives for his, even if he was stupid enough to think Rory wouldn't kill us all, I couldn't help but still love Ryan. I felt terrible inside, even guilty to see him lying there with a bullet in his head. This was the real final chapter to our relationship, and it was ended with him choosing the drugs over us. Thank you guys for watching. This video took a bit longer to edit and a lot longer to read the story. I know there was some mess ups here and there, but it's hard to really nitpick everything. I know, don't point me out on them. If you hear them, just keep it to yourself, Jimmy. If you don't get the reference, then you're not a clear subscriber yet. But hit that subscribe button and hit that bell while you're at it. No? Okay, well at least hit the like. Hope you guys are having a great day, night, time, whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. If you're watching this while watching this, you're watching an Inception. Just know that. I wasn't going to do one of those weird outros, but I ended up doing it anyways. If you guys do want to join my Discord for sneak peeks on future videos, it's going to be in the description.